What's going on, my Voxie fam? Elijah here, back with another video. Today I have one I'm very hyped about. I am back to report my renting earnings, discuss a bit more about this feature within Voxie Tactics. We're also going to be diving into the Forge, which is a burning mechanism for items that you collect within Voxie. I'll be getting to that in just a minute, but what I really love about Voxie Tactics is the way that they're building their infrastructure. I'm talking about the burning mechanisms here. I'm talking about renting being a stable platform for people to essentially have a form of scholarship, but one that's very clean, that is under a smart contract. It's pretty damn smooth for the most part. Like, I've put out a bunch of rentals. I own 20 Voxies. In my last video, I showed an example of renting just 2. Since then, I rented out pretty much all of them. I wanted to see what would happen over like a 5-day span. And generally how renting works is you set your own terms, usually an upfront price. Like here, I charged 14 voxels. I set it for 4 days. I believe I'm asking for like 15% since this is a pretty high quality Voxie. So that means that whoever rented this is gonna go out and play in the arena and earn voxels every game they win. And I'm gonna be earning passive income from each of those wins. Now here's a super cool tool made by the community, which I wanna touch on as well. Voxie's community is no joke. They're very passionate. A lot of Brazilians, definitely some people from the Philippines. The guys who are in here that love this tactical strategy game are fanatic about it, and it's really cool to see these guys have a very nice bond. I'm learning a lot. I'm getting into it. I'm definitely playing a lot right now. Now, before I go any further, this is a sponsored video. Voxies and I entered a long-term partnership. It's been about a year now, so it's been great to stay up to speed with them. And jumping back into it, it's a competitive game. I'm climbing the ranks. I think I'm ranked like 250 right now. A very solid and legitimate title within the space. So here we go. Unofficial Voxie tools. I'm gonna leave a link for this in the description below so you can go play around with it. If I enter my ETH address or my Polygon address in the case of Voxies, and I search with the earnings tab up here selected, I can see all of the rentals that I have done. I can click this here if I want to only see the active loans, but since I'm reporting back to you on what you can earn in Voxies, I'm using myself as an example. You can see here in the top right, 977 voxels in about 5 days. Since I started exploring rental, I think it's only been 5, maybe 6 days, if at the most. So let's just look at some examples here. Now I can see the wins from all the people who are renting from me and then what they've earned in the voxel token plus the fee I charged up front. So for instance here, I only charged 1 voxel, I asked for 15%. I've now earned 18 voxels from this night. My biggest earners are down here toward the bottom, like my monk with diamond fist. I rented these together. That's a legendary item. I charged 30 voxels, taking 15%. I think it's a 4-day agreement, and 75 voxels earned so far. 91 voxels earned so far from my 5 movement speed warrior with a legendary spear. This is sick. I mean, the fact that I'm out here able to do this and earn back some of my investment that I made into Voxies when I purchased all of these really nice premium Voxies is a great feeling for me. It's a great feeling for the people renting because we're providing awesome earning opportunities through play and earn. They're gonna be moving in the direction where everyone who is participating in scholarships has to go through their rental system, because right now people will still also do it by setting up accounts kind of the old school way as well. Eventually, this will just be the standard that everyone has to go through, which I think is brilliant. So as far as I've learned, the renters who are really grinding are bringing in like 200 voxels a day if they're crushing it. Depending on the agreement you have, like if it's a long-term agreement where it's a 50-50 split over, let's just say, a month, then I think that people renting do have the potential to earn like 2,000 to 3,000 voxels, or maybe even more if they're crushing it. I've heard stories about people who just play an insane amount of hours and are earning over 300 voxels per day. You do need some great gear and some good managers to make that happen, but I think that that's pretty cool in this current market because there's people out there earning $500 or more per month renting Voxies and going out there and grinding. From the manager side of things, you can see that if you invested a lot and have, several Voxies, you can also earn thousands of voxels per month. If I really wanted to push this, I could probably earn 6,000 voxels per month if I, dialed it in and made sure that I was like finding the right people, and probably even more, because if I wanted to get like long-term scholars, I would go into a 50-50 split and rent out teams. So perhaps it's even upwards of 10,000 voxels if I really did this the right way. So from a manager side, depending on how much you're willing to invest, you could probably be earning between 1 to 2,000 or more per month. I'm sure there's some whales in this game that are earning a lot. And that's with Voxel at 19 cents. We have to remember that if the token ever goes back up, right? If we ever enter a bull market again, as long as Voxy is still here delivering and building products and evolving them the way they have, I think there's a very solid chance that the price does go back up. Let's just say it goes to $1. If you're bringing in 2,000 voxels as a renter and you're willing to hold them and see the price appreciate, you could be earning potentially, $2,000 a month. I mean, that's sort of crazy, but theoretically right now, if the price goes back up. The reality is though, it's 19 cents. The reality also, if you want to be a manager, is that you're going to have to spend, thousands of dollars to get the Voxies that you want, that are worth renting out, that people are going to want to rent from you, because not every single Voxy is really rent worthy or going to produce a nice yield. For instance, 3 movement speed Voxies right now are very frowned upon because they just do not match up to 4 and 5 movement speed Voxies. This is something that is, oh wait, this is a 4 movement on the floor. That's actually pretty good. What class is this? 0.19. Usually you don't see 4 movement speeds on the floor. It's a Squire. Those are not very good right now. But I gotta say, that is very nice. Let me just take a look. Yeah, I mean, like I said, that is not often that you see at this price. It is generally above 0.3. I'm sure this will sell pretty quickly, to be honest. And the point I'm making is that you do need to get involved in the Discord and find out what's meta right now and, build around that, ask questions. You're gonna want a 4 or 5 movement speed investment into your Voxies that you plan on renting. And so yeah, there's definitely risk involved. This is crypto, so it's not just an easy 1,000 voxels every 5 days. It takes work, it takes research and understanding. I'm lucky I got into Voxies very early. I minted 10 of them. I invested in the other 10 and I spent a lot. I spent quite a lot of Ethereum to do that back in the summer, but I really like what I've seen. I think this game had a very shaky start. Like when they released the beta, there was tons of flaws and crashes, but they just were like, hey, we said we're releasing it, we need to do it, and then we can grow and develop out of that, which they have. And that's very good to see. The community loves it. We're in season 0. There's 2 million voxels up for grabs. I think first right now is getting like 30 grand, something like that. You can look at my last video to see the numbers a little more clearly. But there's a lot of opportunity. So I hope that was useful, whether you are wanting to become someone who rents Voxies out or you would like to rent some yourself and get involved and started within this game and this economy. It's been really fun to earn in the game from winning battles. And also, it's kind of like another game, learning the markets and realizing what you can, rent things out for and what opportunities people can have from picking up those sweet Voxies that are out there. All right, I've been putting this off because I wanted to record myself actually burning these items. And so I'm just super eager to do this because essentially what this involves, let me just deselect all of these so you can see this over here. So there's these recipes, right? And if I just look at all of my rare items, for instance, I actually don't have very many because this is the one area that I did already burn. Let's move over to epics instead because I have just enough epics to make this happen. So epic item smelting. For 10 epics that you burn, you have a 99.8% chance at a legendary and a 0.2% chance at a godly blueprint. What I'm looking at is burning these 10 epics and hopefully getting a great legendary, because I will say that within the top 10, top 20, all those guys, you need legendaries across all of your Voxies. If you're aiming for like top 100 or 200 and you want to have a high finish this season but not top 10, then yeah, you can get away with playing with epics, right? Those are a lot more affordable in the marketplace as well. But here's the thing, what's great about this is that people are gonna farm epics and legendaries because there's NFT drops within the game, those are gonna be minted, and we have a way to burn them because we're all going to want to upgrade in the Voxyverse and continue to get better, so there's not an oversupply. I mean, look, I'm about to destroy 10 epics here because I want a legendary. But without further ado, let's click on our 10 epic items that we want to get rid of. We're going to click the epic item smelting recipe, and then I'm going to forge. I think there's also a fee here. It looks like of 100 voxels, no big deal. I'm just going to go ahead and pay that. I think that's like 19 bucks. Once you confirm your selection, the input items will be lost forever. You will receive 1 item in return according to the chances detailed above. So this is how that works. These are getting completely burned. We're shortening the supply of all these epic items, which is nice. So I have submitted my transaction. What am I gonna get? What am I gonna get? Give me something incredible. What legendary item would I even want? Reaper's Judgment. That's kind of a crazy one. One new item, Bear Paw Boots. Oh man, I don't really think that's very good. Is that a legendary item? What the heck? Okay, so I got Bear Paw Boots. That's the legendary item. It's a medium armor. Leggy is the best out there. So, all right. I mean, not the worst. I don't know if I'm gonna use it. We'll see what the stats are, if it makes sense. If not, I'll probably just burn it. It does take a while to be minted. I was wondering why it didn't show up in my inventory right away, even though it announced that that's what I got. So if you are ever using the Forge, just know that it takes a little while for what you burn to show up. We're moving on to legendary items. We're gonna do one snowball launcher, one wyvern's breath, one quill shooter of the sea. Oh boy. All right, here we go. Hopefully we get something incredible. Ideally a godly blueprint, because I want that insane item that can perhaps take me to the top. Okay, here we go. Godly blueprint. Let's get it. 7.5%. It's not bad. Those are good percentages for such power. Recycled robot head. Gosh dang it. Not what I wanted. But nonetheless, had some fun. I got another legendary item. Maybe I'll just rinse and repeat and burn this. We'll see. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching this process and learning more about renting, about the Forge, about the opportunities in Voxy Tactics. It's a tactical RPG. I haven't done that much on gameplay recently, so maybe that's what I will look at in the future. Talk about comps, what's my top 200 comp right now, maybe some starter compositions for you to look at, renting yourself, maybe I can point you in the right direction. So things like that. Let me know what you want to see. Recycled robot head. Who knows? I do have a legendary robot, so maybe if the Robo class becomes great, this could be good on that. I wonder what the stats are here. I'm gonna have to ask the Discord, my handy dandy supporters in here that have been so great. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you in the next one. Peace.